In this video practical, we are going to learn about effect of tonicity of saline on red blood cell and fragility of the RBCs. First of all, let us remember some important terms regarding this practical. Osmosis, which is a type of passive diffusion. It is the passive flow of solvent across a selectively permeable membrane from lower concentration of solute to higher concentration of solute, to which membrane is only permeable to solvent, not to solute. Then osmotic pressure, amount of pressure required to prevent osmosis, and osmoles, which is the concentration of osmotically active particle expressed in osmoles. The basic difference between osmolarity and osmolality. Osmolarity, which is the number of osmol per liter of solution. Here the denominator would be volume of the solution, and osmolality, which is the number of osmol per kilogram of solvent. Here the denominator will be weight of the solvent. Then tonicity, the osmolality of a solution relative to plasma is called tonicity. When we compare the osmolality of a solution to plasma, it will be called tonicity. The solution which has the same osmolality as of plasma, it will be called isotonic to plasma. The osmolality of normal human plasma is 290 milliosmol per liter, and solution having same osmolality as plasma are said to be isotonic. For example, 0.9% sodium chloride solution and 5% glucose solution will be having same osmolality as plasma, so they are called isotonic to human plasma. In hypertonicity, solution which has greater osmolality than human plasma are called hypertonic. In hypotonicity, in which there is lesser osmolarity than the plasma. Then effect of tonicity of saline on RBCs. Here we will see the first of all various saline and its effect on red blood cell. First of all, normal saline, which is 0.9% concentration of sodium chloride solution, which is isotonic to fluid inside RBCs, and hypertonic saline, the concentration is less than 0.9%, and hypertonic saline, where the concentration is more than 0.9%. Procedure for this practical, we will take 3 glass slide and place a drop of blood in each of them, and we will add normal saline in first slide, then hypotonic saline over second, and hypertonic over third slide. After that, we will note the effect on RBC's morphology under microscope. We will observe that the cells do not show any change when treated with normal saline, as it is isotonic with the fluid inside RBC. So the net movement of water from the cell and from the outside will be equivalent. So there will be no change in the morphology of the red blood cells. With hypotonic saline, as the fluid goes inside the RBCs, as the concentration outside the RBC is lower than the inside, so the fluid will move inside, so there will be swelling of the RBC and the membrane will rupture, causing hemolysis of the RBCs. With hypertonic saline, the cells shrink in size and attain star shape due to fluid coming out from the cell. Here you can see, with hypertonic saline, the water will come out of the cell, so the RBCs will get shrunk. With isotonic saline, the net movement will be 0, so the RBCs do not show any change. There is normal morphology of RBCs. And with hypotonic saline, the water will go inside the cell, causing the swelling of the cell, and some of them might get rupture, causing hemolysis of the RBCs. Now the second part of practical, which is fragility of RBC. It is the susceptibility of the RBC to be broken down. So basically we are going to find out at which point or at which concentration of sodium chloride solution there is onset of hemolysis, and at which point there is end of the hemolysis. Principle for this practical: when the red cells are suspended in a hypotonic solution of sodium chloride, they take up water and swell until a critical volume is reached and hemolysis occur. As the cells take up water, they become increasingly fragile. Thus, the intracellular solute concentration as reflected by red cell fragility can be helpful in establishing the functional state of red cells. As we already know that hemolysis occurs in hypotonic saline solution. So, at which concentration of hypotonic solution hemolysis begins and at which point it ends. So, we are going to perform this practical to know the concentration. The apparatus we are going to require in this practical will need 12 clean test tubes, a test tube rack, distilled water, 1% sodium chloride solution, and dropper. Procedure for this practical: we will set up a series of 12 tubes in a rack, and to each of the tube will add drop of distilled water and 1% saline as under. Then we will add a drop of blood in each of the tube and mix them and allow them to stand for 30 minutes. Here you can see from number 1 to 12 test tube we will add the distilled water drops in increasing order and 1% saline drops in decreasing order. So the concentration we will obtain will be ranged from 0.88% to 0. The observation we get, we will see the supernatant fluid initially, which shows no hemolysis and sediment layer of RBC. After that we will see the red tinge indicating onset of hemolysis and increasing redness of the supernatant fluid as the concentration goes lower, and finally there will be complete red color with no RBC, which shows complete hemolysis. Here you can see initially there is no hemolysis, the supernatant fluid is clear. After some point at the test tube number 6 you can see there is onset of hemolysis, and in the end you can see the complete red color which shows complete hemolysis. Normally osmotic fragility begins at 0.45 to 0.50% of saline solution and completes at 0.30 to 0.33% saline. Now some variations regarding RBCs. Anisocytosis, which is variation in size of the RBC. It can be microcytic or macrocytic. Then poikilocytosis, variation in shape of RBC, and spherocytosis. In this, the RBCs become spherical in shape, which are more fragile. Conditions which decreases fragility, that are iron deficiency anemia, thalassemia, sickle cell anemia, obstructive jaundice, and after splenectomy. So it will be more difficult to break the RBC. So the concentration would be higher in this condition. Then conditions which increases fragility. Here we will require lower concentration of sodium chloride to break the RBCs. Hereditary spherocytosis, congenital hemolytic anemia, and other condition in which RBCs become spherical. Congenital or hereditary spherocytosis. It is an autosomal dominant condition. There is defective production of spectrin, which is a contractile layer of lipoprotein, and the defect is due to genetic glycolysis defect. So the RBCs become small in size and spherical in shape. So the biconcavity of RBC is lost, so it can be ruptured easily, especially in hypertonic saline. Solution: